welcome back for round two of to our Legacy Fight Night Tuesday. It's definitely still a day that ends in Y. Last I checked. Um, Bear, what do we got bringing us in for this for round two?
2020 hasn't taken days ending on Y away from us, has it?
Oh God, it's still 2020.
So we have G Levelmancer, one of our new players. I don't know if I've seen them on stream before, versus Cosmic Coil, one of our regulars here. With
Yeah, apparently they're from the same area. They go to the same LGS, I guess.
yep, with what looks like a what promises to be a grind here with Four Color Snow versus Death in Texas. I'm hoping for a quick start from Death in Texas here, so we don't see the turn 15 stall.
Well, now that we have like Skyclave and a solid 3 CMC top end to this deck, I think that against the more like grindier matchups, we can just see Death and Taxes just take over so quickly.
Oh yeah, Skyclave has been it's been such a boon for that deck. It's made it so much more frustrating to play against. But
Yeah,
they needed it.
yeah, yeah.
Aren't you an aficionado?
On Skyclave,
No, I just mean Death in Texas in general.
I mean, I know how to elf elf over them, if that's what you mean.
I know that most of the mods have a Death in Texas deck put together. Good, Beyond Sadistic and Mr. Jack decks and Astrid and
Pope.
Yeah, Pope also up there. So,
But no, personally, I do not. I took the other side of that coin. The very well documented. You're either a D&T player or an Elves player, you know. And
I missed that personality test.
yeah, it was sometime around 2011, I think.
I've actually never played Legacy Elves. I used to play it a lot in Standard, and like there was days with Priest of Titania, but yeah, it hasn't been a recent thing for me.
In G, excuse me. Lava Man here is going to be on the play. So it's pretty standard for color control and death and taxes lists. We are seeing the charming prince in that flex spot, as well as those spirit of the labyrinth, which I had previously thought were taken up now. Oh, not such a stock death and taxes list. We're seeing an opposition agent and a plague engineer in the main. That's some spice.
I mean, if you can cast them, I guess.
That is definitely brings a new level to both the death and the taxes.
Yeah. And we've seen some black-white taxes lists on here with things like Mesmeric Fiend and some other hand disruption, but this is the first one I've seen where it's just such a light splash for it.
Yeah, because that's all we're seeing in the main. In the side, where we have Bitter Blossom, Chains of Mephistopheles, Kaya Horzov Usurper, another opposition agent, another plague engineer.
Yeah. Speaking of taxes, I mean, I love Chains of Mephistopheles in there, and then Bitter Blossom. It seems like just a great turn 2 play for a Death and Taxes deck.
Yeah, absolutely. The chains is getting me. I don't. It's just. I have a feeling that may come in here against
the
Island Go
deck. Yeah. I feel like if I owned a Chains, I would also just put it in decks all the time. But
yeah, I have 2 different Pox decks, and neither of them runs Chains because I don't have $1,000 kicking around.
That's fair. I still haven't actually like cast either of my Drop of Honeys yet, but I will one day. Speaking of turn 1 Island there.
Yeah, this is exactly the start that Lava Man's gonna want to see here.
Someone in chat here says the guy was 4 cradles.
Yeah, fair. All right, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't
I
the
didn't
price
pay
they
that
are.
much for
Yeah,
cradles, though.
exactly. Ooh, that beautifully altered scrubland there, getting the guru treatment. Cradles are the poor man's chains. All right, that doesn't seem correct, but so
It's all right.
gonna
We
say
all
get
know
that
Corey
Ethervile out
thinks
of
he's
here.
funny. Beyond sadistic in the chat.
No, thank you, Ethervile. Is that is that the invocation force of will?
Yes.
That is not an art that I see a whole lot. It's interesting to see.
Thanks. Especially now that with the Double Masters printing, forces are attainable price wise again.
Yeah,
To see,
get them now.
yeah. Which, if you don't have a set and you like playing Legacy, it is the time to do it because they are the thank you Mood Madness for the follow. We're seeing a Thalia here out of Cosmic Coil and
Cool.
a 2 mana swords on the end step. Oh no, that was in the main. I'm sorry.
It's gonna continue to get answers here. It looks like this is what Snow does is just answer everything you got and then eventually find a way to win the game. So,
and there are quite a few in here. I mean, getting hit by a Coatl 22 times is a win con.
technically true. Oh, backup Thalia here. So that's funny. You want to give me 2 life? All right, here we go. Let's do it again.
And now with that backup Caracas out there, just to force the answers.
Yeah. Also, just pass and turn with 4 mana up here. Nice, pretty march flats there.
The Zendikar Rising Expeditions.
Yeah. Speaking of time to get into legacy staples, fetch lands are looking good right now too.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll keep looking good because they're supposed to get reprinted again with Modern Horizons 2.
Yep.
Which we're in desperate need of. Yeah. So it looks like we might be having a little bit of problems with Cosmic Coil's feed.
Right.
Oh, we back? It looks like we're back. So we're seeing a fetch off of that. Is it a Marsh Flats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 4 marsh flats in the deck. I think those are the only fetches to go with the 1 swamp.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. There's 4 Windswept Heath in there too. I missed those altogether.
And we're seeing the Stoneforge Mystic. Nice Double Masters extended art. Which I know that those are also... I was talking to somebody yesterday who said that they paid $20 a piece for their extended art foil the druid that taps for mana. Noble Hierarch.
Yeah.
They were like $20 a piece.
Yep. I was really hoping that some people would jump ship on the Judge promo ones and let me pick them up for cheap, but that didn't happen. Everyone kept them. It didn't work for them.
We're seeing Stoneforge get Batterskull here, which I think in this matchup is going to be exactly what you want to be finding. Um, Speed up
Yeah,
the otherwise slow and grindy matchup.
yeah. And if nothing else, uh, you can get it out and protect it by bouncing it in the face of a swords to plowshares or whatever. So being able to like have the repeatable creature there, I think, is important too.
Guards down a little bit on Thalia here. I haven't tapped that Caracas, but feel like at this point, Lava Man has so much mana that Thalia is swiftly losing its value.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can't hard cast a Force of Will right now, but that's about it. It might be difficult to chain cantrips together. Seeing a 2 mana brainstorm there, which for example does turn off like Swords to Plowshares out of G Lavamancer here. But double blue still up. Interesting.
And I think if you're in Lava Man's seat here, even if you don't have the counter, you have to be constantly feigning that you do. The only it, it's the only way you win the game. In this, well, that and always having it, because these snow decks, as you know, Bear, always have it.
They always have it. Looks like Cosmic's feed dropping out of there again. Gonna get that cleared up. But I mean, yeah, you also have to just make Cosmic kill you at some point.
Yeah.
This Thalia isn't too worrying at this very second. So I'm gonna see a swing with Thalia and then probably a pass back. Oh, never mind, we had a creature. Mother runes. So gonna see oh, okay, of course they could cast swords the whole time because of Astrolabe. I was worried about tapping that
So we're getting the end of turn Coatl flashed in.
yep, with Snowcraft and everything. There's no full set bonus or anything for having a fully snowboard, though, I don't think.
Well, call time's right around the corner. Don't ask too much.
It's true. We started getting a couple spoilers for it for what looked like some commander cards. Maybe not that saga, but I'm not sure who's playing a 4 mana Boros saga right now in standard.
Um, I don't know if there is a Boros deck in standard right now. I don't know. I can't keep my head around that. It changes every 10 minutes.
Yeah, whenever Wizards shakes with the format with a couple bans here and there, right?
I just mean I'm used to playing EDH and Legacy where I can play the exact same deck for years and not have to think about updating it unless I see something that excites me.
Oh yeah, hard same. I don't want to spend money on keeping standard decks current.
I think it's an awesome way to get into Magic, especially being able to make a reasonably competitive deck for $150 or $200. Um, and I think that it's definitely a gateway drug.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of us started by playing standard, myself included, for sure.
I started in the draft environment.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
Even now, well, not now because COVID. But pre quarantine, I was drafting 3 or 4 days a week if I could.
That's intense. I don't even think I was getting to play Magic 3 or 4 nights a week. I guess, yeah, 3 a week actually. I was playing EDH 2 different groups and then Legacy on Sundays.
I would try and go every day after work if I could.
Yeah,
I love the feel of cardboard in my hands.
we used to have a pretty decent group that would just sort of meet at the store and play EDH, but that store has closed during COVID, unfortunately.
Yeah, pre-COVID, my F&Ms, after Modern was over, uh, everybody would stay at the LGS until, sometimes 3, 4, 5 in the morning playing EDH.
Ooh, they kicked us out at hard midnight. Except
Well,
for they.
everybody who runs the store around me was also playing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they left it open for us one Sunday night for us to draft cube, which was fun. Uh, but we had to just sort of like, you know, awkwardly hang out while they closed the store and kicked everyone else out. We all stayed and drafted. Oh,
All right.
Lava Man here is just slowly pulling ahead with this. The Jace on the board. Cosmic has a bunch of different threats, though.
Well, and that's what Lava Man wants to do too, though, right? Incremental advantage, things like Jace or Quaddle, Arkham's Astrolabe, cheap pieces of interaction, anything that can just give any sort of slight assurance that something's cooking in the oven over there.
Oh yeah, I don't think that he's in a hurry for sure. This. Do you think Cosmic Coil just tries to go on the offense with the mom this turn and eat the Jace, or think leaving that for protection is more important? I
I
really hate
think,
my opponent having Jace.
yeah, I think Jace is enough of a concern. Um, I'm not sure how many cards Lava Man has in hand, but I think that that's going to play a big consideration in this as well. I think if he's only got 1 or 2 cards in hand right now, then I think it's safe to go on the offensive there. Um, I think if you're looking at a full grip, I think it gets a little bit more of a more questionable.
Yeah, with with Lava Man at 13, it's always an interesting tension there to see if you want to try to get them down to zero, if you want to try to turn on off the value engine. Trouble not having Cabal therapy all the time is rough.
And Rax chiming in with that they think that eating the Jace is probably the correct option here. I think I agree with you. Jace is just such uh, a hard lock on a deck like Death and Taxes, where you're just seeing that you know being able to really control what Death and Taxes is allowed to control you with is
Yeah.
which-
So I didn't see Flicker Wisp on Kodal as a line there, but that means that you can safely get all your creatures in at the cost of giving Lava Man a card. Um, Flicker into Kodal, yeah, exactly, Rex. That is it's a bold move, but I mean it meant that they got a free 4 damage in. So
and it doesn't put down the shields of Mom. So
yeah, exactly. Which means this may be close to lethal next turn. That's 6 power on the board, assuming one creature gets blocked. Not counting weather of runes. Um, another no, Cosmic has a hand. Okay, I see at least one card down there.
let's see if our
Another Flicker Wisp would be big game here, or a Swords, or just anything. But might just turn it all sideways. Eat my germ if you want to, but
so we're seeing 1 card for Cosmic Coil and
looks like
5 for
3 or
Lava
4.
Man.
Oh, okay, yeah, Astrid confirming 4 here.
Astrid table spotting for us tonight. Our own mod squad Death and Taxes aficionado.
Oh, Tensei, don't say Dead of Winter. All right, that's a whole breacher. Not quite as bad. Dead of Winter is so frustrating to play against. Oh,
Are we
Shark
running a Dead of
Attack. I'm
Winter
sorry.
in the main here? Not
I didn't
seeing
check out
one.
if Tensei was giving us the Dead of Winter in the chat there. Uh, oh, you're right. Actually, there are Are there zero sorceries? Oh, never mind. There's the Ponder and the Terminus. I don't see any in the 75.
Yeah, I don't
But
see him
oh
either.
well. It's the kind of card a deck like this would play. So
Oh,
said we get a happy little shark.
because the 4-color control or 4-color snow is very quickly has well, I guess not quickly at all, slowly and painfully become a 5-color deck over the last year or so.
Yeah, getting a deck that can run 4 or 5 colors as well as Blood Moon or Back to Basics is just extra frustrating. Cosmic Coil here just at infinite life.
Yeah, that's one thing that germ does really well is pad the life total. And
Yeah.
any work that Lava Man's gonna have to do, or any work that Lava Man is going to do, is going to have to be uh, a lot more stretched out because we know that the uh, 4-color snow decks like to do the damage slowly.
Yeah.
Unless it's an Uro slamming in, which we do have 2 Uros in the main, so
Yeah, I would really hope for this. Also, hate for this to be an Oko here. I think that would really gum stuff up. But that's 4 mana. There's a Thalia out, so it could still be Oko.
oh, the anticipation. It is
Yep.
Oko. Okay.
Well, that is gonna put the brakes on Cosmic Coil side for a little bit there. So 5 life is not a good place to be.
Yeah, even if you elk something here, all that
Yeah.
damage upstairs still just leads to Lava Man scooping up his cards, right?
Yeah, I think so. I was worried about getting the Elk on the Batter Skull to make it fall off, but then, it's just dealing 3 damage instead of 4, so that's not even that bad. Yeah, and then elking anything else just makes it more damage. I don't know what Lava Man has at this point, unless it's something like a Brainstorm for a Terminus, which would be funny.
So, do we have lava? Yeah, we have Lava Man making a food. Does that pad the life total enough?
No, that still doesn't, because Thalia plus Stoneforge is 3. Mom with wearing a Batter Skull is 5 more, so that's 8 total.
So that's still exactly, yeah.
Yeah, unless I'm missing something, that's Xaxes.
Yeah, Tensai definitely just swing right in.
Yeah, I guess a Swords to Plowshares or a similar effect from Lava Man would hold it off for a turn. Or another Codal like Rex is pointing out there. Definitely some ways around this. Although, if you just move the Better Skull, gives the creature pro blue, then Swords is the only way out of it, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on, though. Yep, there's the Swords.
We are going to see his Swords.
And getting at the beginning of combat here, which means that Cosmic can't move that Batter Skull over. That's a good play. Probably going to tap Mom to protect Mom, I assume, here. Yep. But can't attack. That's unfortunate. But still have up to 3 to get across. May want to hold back the Stoneforge Mystic. Do you think they're going to hold back Stoneforge so they can replay Batter Skull here?
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable play. I would do it though now when Lava Man only has 1 mana up, but
Fair. Someone got me in one of the leagues with a trick I'd never seen where they activated the Stoneforge Mystic and then held priority and bounced the Batter Skull, which was just something I was not playing against, and I knew I could respond if they did it the other way, and I got blown out real hard.
yeah, that is I seem to forget about that too when it happens. Like it'll happen and I'll have forgotten that it just happened to me before.
Yeah, I only have so much memory to devote to legacy tricks.
I barely have the memory to remember how to play my own decks.
Well, if you didn't go big brain with the boltable combo there, so Lava Man has Hardcaster Terminus mana now, I guess. Is that something they want?
So we are seeing the Uro with enough mana of the correct colors.
I don't see double green, even with Astrolabe.
Oh yeah, we've got Mystic, Island, Tundra, Trop, or not Trop, Volk.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, there could be anything in the hand, and definitely access to it next turn. So, I mean, Lava Man is not out of this. Oh, goodness, especially with another swords.
Is this the third swords that we've seen?
Yeah, this is the third swords. So, gonna get that mom again. 29 for Cosmic Coil, but really starting to claw
Oh,
back in this game. Oh,
thank you, Beyond Sadistic. Did not see the Mystic Sanctuary putting the swords back on top.
well, it was still our third swords we saw. Just having to be the same as the last one. Sylvan Library. Oh, that's a great tool for Lava Man.
Playing with
Not the life
5
point,
swords
but
in his deck.
yeah. That Cosmic would love to have a way to draw 3 cards a turn for free with 29 life. So bounce Batter Skull, put it back into turn there. That makes sense.
Are you pitching a 4-color Death and Taxes, Bear?
It would be fun to play.
4-color Yorian Death and Taxes.
Yeah, I think that having 4 ports, 4 wastelands, and maybe a couple Cavern of Souls would be a hard pitch in that deck. But
Oh, you just got to run the Mox Diamonds.
yeah, that's an option.
So we're seeing a GT here off of the second Stoneforge.
And it's not.
And stone forging the GTA in with the first stone forge and equipping it to the Thalia.
Gonna split up the threats here a little bit. GTA not at its best against Lava Man, I don't guess, except other than trying to get damage through, right? I guess it would save against ambush vipers or something. Crack the food to not die. Good call.
I think that was an elk. I think
Oh, did it get elk?
Cosmic hit with first strike off Thalia, got the counters, and then before regular damage, I'm assuming pumped Thalia or gave
Yeah.
pumped before regular damage. Yep.
According to Asher, that's what's going on here.
So
there's
I think we're
one.
seeing 3 cards in hand for Lava Man at this point.
Yeah, I think those are the 3 for Sylvan Library here.
Oh, right.
I think this is the last card. I think they're hellbent now with a ponder. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised to see a shuffle, but looks like we found what we needed. Having access to ponder as a free shuffle for Sylvan Library would feel real nice if that was a combination I got to play often. Dr. Leo, okay, Master of Yorion Piles there chiming in the chat.
This is why.
Yorion and Cabal Therapy weren't designed to go together, man.
I thought it was for mill, Doc. I thought D&T just needed that mill padding.
So we see another big swing here. Did Lava Man find an ambush viper? Brainstorm. Do you think this is Terminus on top? Please don't be Terminus. It's not that I'm rooting for against any player. Okay, of course it's Terminus. Never mind. It's not that I was rooting for or against anyone. It's just, you know, I paid a certain amount of money for this Magic, and I want to see more than one game.
So we do have a, for those of you in the chat and watching, we do have a time limit on these Tuesday night rounds. Excuse me. Are we seeing something in response to the Terminus? I think we're seeing a bounce. No,
Yeah.
we're not.
A bounce on the Batter Skull wouldn't do anything here because it would just,
I
even
was-
if you redeployed it in response, the germ would go away.
I wasn't sure about the bounce on Thalia though.
Oh, gotcha. Rather than sending it to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we didn't see that, which is interesting. Might be another one in hand, I guess.
Skyclave though is not a bad play here.
Not at all. Oko, get out of here. Yuck.
And throw a Batter Skull, throw a GT on that, and we're back off to the races. That's one thing with Death and Taxes. There just never is, you know, for a deck that is as threat dense as it is. Yeah, Doc holding it together as Recruiter of the Guard.
So, Lava Man going down to one life here. It looks like. Hopefully, no can Sunlands hit players? Am I even thinking of the right card? I think I'm thinking of the wrong card. Also, okay, never mind. The still just showing off that one Scrubland as the black. Have we seen any black cards out of Cosmic this game?
I do not believe that we have. I think to this point, got shot off the tops. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that's in this list. 3 damage to target non-white creature.
Dang it, I was so close. Okay, well, maybe a Drain Life for 1 or something. Missed the days when Drain Life was a, competitive win con for decks.
I have a extremely budget old school deck that I feel like generally that is the only way I can beat one of our other mods, Prez BOTW, and his library of Alexandria decks.
That tracks. I think I may still be the only mod that hasn't gotten into old school.
It's no, Pope doesn't play either.
Okay. Wasteland on Trop.
Which,
No
for those of you who don't know, Pope Hoffy is our head judge on the channel. Very knowledgeable of all things Magic.
So suited up Skyclave here with another Source of Flash. Now I can see 3 Source of Flash Arrows right now. Y'all can't trick me this time. Lava Man gonna get a 3/3 non-flyer for some reason.
And Cosmic is gonna go up to 35.
Yeah. All right, Thalia, cool.
And equip.
Just has to hit just one time dealer. Actually, can't quite see if there's 1 or 2 counters on that GT, but
I think that there's one because I believe that the second counter.
Goodness. All right, well, there's Mystic Sanctuary for that for that swords. Thank goodness this deck doesn't run days to bounce the Mystic Sanctuary.
And we're gonna see cast Uro, get the swords, cast the swords, swing in for 3. Got to start doing damage to the to those life to the life total eventually,
Yeah, you got to.
especially with Cosmic being at 35.
Yeah, if Lava Man is tapped out here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce and replay of that Batter Skull.
So I think we're 1 mana short of that.
Yep, you're right. A Cosmic even breaking up for us a little bit here. Looks like there's three in that stack on the right, and was counting some other mana. But we're just gonna see a port, probably on the forest. Keep that Uro where it belongs.
Yeah, I if you're Cosmic here though, you have to bounce the Batter Skull end step, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you're winning the game any other way, which would be super unfortunate if Lava Man happened to top deck a Hardcast Force of Will. But
The
no,
mana is definitely there.
yeah, there's no Stoneforge Mystic. There we go to save Cosmic this time. Did this happen?
Force of negation.
No. We need to make sure that that's exiled. But oof.
Yeah,
they
got there.
Oh my goodness. That was the literal last card in Lava Man's hand, right? Like literally just found that. Oh. Because there's that's the Sylvan Library. So
Seeing a port of the forest again during upkeep. And another Uro.
they're wonderful.
So Lava Man here crawling back.
Yeah, I mean, the last time, 15 minutes ago when Lava Man was crawling back, I thought Cosmic had the resources to get back on top of it, but just seeing a lot of lands, and like Ether Vial doesn't really help you damage your opponent or anything either. That poor naked GT out there.
Perez, so far, a lot. You missed an awesome first round where we saw a return of Charble's tax returns to stream. I'm glad we can get somebody's tax returns. And now and Tensai with the merfolk. Now we've got the long haul through a Death and Taxes and 4-color snow.
Yep. Cosmic turning this Recruit of the Guard into a Flicker Wisp into a Recruit of the Guard into another creature here. Fun thing they can do.
Into another Flicker Wisp.
I mean, they get over that spirit. Unfortunately, they deal exactly as much damage a turn as Uro gains a turn. So that will be unfortunate if that happens. But going to try to keep that green mana down.
Library is looking awfully thin there, though.
Yeah, but when was the last time you saw someone deck before winning? I'm sure he'll get there. Oh, just scooping it up, actually. Didn't find what he needed on the top.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You still have to have time to win 2 more games.
Yeah. Like, Beyond Sadistic, our streamer here today, pointing out players have 23 minutes remaining.
So, Bear, if you're the snow player here, what are you bringing in? In the sideboard, we've got 2 Carpet of Flowers, a Deafening Silence, an Is It Static Caster, 3 Pyroblasts, a Red Blast, 2 Rest in Peace, a Surgical, a Veil, a Torpor Orb, and 2 Wilt.
Yeah, I mean, this is the deck Torpor Orb is 4 almost. I mean, some of these are maybes. Like, there are a lot of targets for Wilt, and I like Artifact and Destruction against Death and Taxes for the equipment. So we might see that come in. The is it static caster is kind of like anti-token, but you might get there. I mean, you have plenty of removal. I don't think the static caster is worth it, but um,
Yeah.
is there anything that excites you there?
No, I think I agree with you. I think the Torpor Orb and then probably the Wilts, just to be able to take out the, having another answer for the vials, is gonna be really nice, if you're Lava Man. Um, on the other side of the table, we have a very spicy sideboard, out of the black white taxes list. We got two deafening silence, a Grafdigger's Cage, two surgical extractions, a bitter blossom, a chains of Mephistopheles, a containment priest. I try my best to say that correctly every time. Two rest in peace, hollowed spirit keeper, a Kaya Orzhov usurper, an opposition agent, a plague engineer, and a Gideon ally of Zendikar. What do you like here?
Um, Bitter Blossom, absolutely for sure. Bring that in against control. Chains of Mephistopheles, I'm excited about that. I can't bring those two in fast enough. I am a little bit curious about. I would be tempted to surgical this time. I know that we've just spent like an hour talking about how we don't like it for fair decks, but being able to tag in one of the few win cons in snow feels great. Um, some of the others, like I could see opposition agent here and suit up for the long game with some of these cards, but I don't know. You have to make sure to keep enough cards in your deck to actually win the game. Is there anything there that you're excited about?
Um, I think that you probably bring in uh the cage. I like cage against Uro decks. Um, it just because it with the way that the snow decks are set up, unless you're getting hit over the course of 20 turns by a Coatl, uh, Uro's how you're gonna get there in the end.
Yeah. Whenever I lose, it's that Oko for sure.
Um, so I don't I don't know if I like the cage or the surgicals more. Probably the surgicals, I guess. I don't know if I would overboard into graveyard hate against um Lava Man, but I do agree with you that I think you want some. I think the chains is awesome here though.
Oh yeah.
I saw Prez talking about it. I was talking about it in between rounds. I'm super excited to see a chains in the board here, and I think that's an uh easy snap into the main. Um, other than that, maybe I think opposition agent isn't that great. You're really just shutting off fetch lands. Plague engineer's fine. I mean, but it's also still another creature deck. So how much do you want to get involved in taking away from your main plan?
Yeah.
But really, I think chains is going to be, if you can get to that, that's going to be huge.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind opposition agent just for the just to turn off fetches because they're so important to Lava Man's deck. But I get your point. It's kind of win more like that could be any other 3 mana creature and you'd probably be happy with it. So
Yeah, I think if you're bringing in the additional opposition agent, then you have to cut something like Recruiter or Skyclave or Flicker Wisp, which all feel better to me
yeah,
than opposition agent does.
yeah, absolutely. And it's unfortunate that Lava Man has so few creatures, but I feel like you can't cut back on swords just because of how good they are against Uro.
Yeah,
Quick 3 mana for an opposition agent, and a
and
quick force of
force and
will.
response.
Pitching Archmage's Charm. Cute. Yeah, I didn't realize there are the full 4 force negations in Lava Man's main deck here.
That's is that standard now for these four color control decks?
I haven't played one recently enough to know. I don't guess. I thought most of them were on 2 or 3 a lot of times, but um, that may
Yeah,
just be connected. That I'm not
Beyond
part of.
Sadistic here saying in the chat that he thinks that force negations are becoming pretty normal. I
All right, I'm the old one. I guess that's fine.
8 forces is standard for 3 and 4 color miracle lists. I'll leave it
Too
to
much
Doc. Doc is
power.
the one with the most meta
Yeah,
knowledge out of all of us, so
too much powerful shit nowadays. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Accurate. You killed my ether vial. Here's an ether vial.
and
And
you
another
killed
sky.
my Skyclave. Here's another Skyclave.
Yeah. All right, we finally get rid of the Oko. Let's see if this is what Cosmic needs. I think is Lava Man hasn't had a lot of time to cantrip and find answers, and Cosmic Coil's just been lousy with answers this game.
That
There's the
Torpor
Torpor Orb.
Orb is just a little late.
Yeah. But what a brutal card for a lot of Cosmic's deck. Uh, Cosmic without a lot of ways to blow up artifacts in the deck, I believe, right?
Um, I mean Skyclave Apparition can't deal with that. So
No.
I don't think
Yeah.
that there is anything
Yeah, it's there to stay.
main or side. Um,
Yeah, it's just down.
yeah, that's staying.
So maybe Cosmic can get by with the power of having creatures with power. Although backup Oko is brutal.
Yeah, I think with the Torpor Orb and the Oko, this game, I think Cosmic's going to see it slip away pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
I feel like I would just want to scoop and try to win a quick game 3 at this point. Like Bitter Blossom exists. That's nice.
It
But
also
against
exists
Oko,
as an elk, though. So,
yeah, I mean, getting a 1/1 every turn is nice, but at the same time, Lava Man just has an endless stream of creatures plus whatever he draws. So
oh wait, Oko is artifact or creature, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think if there is anything, I think Bitter Blossom is going to be the card that gets Cosmic through here. But it really, I guess, is just going to depend on whether or not he can keep up with Lava Man's endless value off of Okos and Uros
yeah, and
without any way of taking care of those either.
I just don't think that's going to happen because there's not a lot of creatures in Cosmic Six deck that can profitably block all these 3/3s. It's just going to be chumps for days. I mean, Flicker Wisp can kill them and die itself, I guess. Torpor Orb only affects creatures, right? So getting Better Skull still works. Yeah. But I think that's the only tool in the deck to get rid of the 3/3s at this point, right?
Yeah.
Talia with an equipment on it. Although, interestingly, sometimes you'll see a third equipment somewhere between the main and side and Death and Taxes, but there aren't any in Cosmic's list here.
Gonna see a no value recruiter.
Oh, this 3-mana 1/1. You just want to like take it out of the sleeve and write Grey Ogre on it now. So, big old point at the Torpor Orb.
Be careful, Doc. If you put dot deck in the chat, it might ban you.
I didn't know that was a feature.
Yeah, Twitch sometimes likes to pretend that that's a link. So we are seeing the scoop there.
After a Mystic Sanctuary on the Wilt. Yikes.
Yeah, I think that that's the right call if you're Cosmic. Trying to get that third.
Alurin versus Torpor Orb. Recruiter is Grey Ogre holding a lottery ticket. It's even worse because it's only a 1/1. Poor Recruiter. That
Anything change here if you're Cosmic coming back in on the play?
I don't think so. I think you just want to get going as fast as you can here, and I think any second you spend sideboarding is a second you don't have to play this last game. Although maybe going back to the well here, I'm not sure.
I don't know if there's anything necessarily in the side that.
Yeah, there's nothing that I'm like super pumped to change on play draw here.
And there's nothing else in there now that he's seen Torpor Orb that deals with the Torpor Orb, so.
Yeah, although we do see a couple changes there. Um, Interestingly, I think I literally just realized since there aren't 12 lands on Lava Man's side, both players with 7 cannon playmats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's fun.
a lot of people rocking those lately now that all of the Kickstarters, etc., have delivered.
Yeah.
I know quite a few people who jumped on that as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I was actually shopping for a Christmas present. I didn't realize just how unattainable those mats are now. Like just how
Yeah,
much
if you wanted one,
secondary
you had
market.
to get it a while ago.
Yeah.
So we're seeing Lava Man keeping 7 and Cosmic's taking his first mull.
The old thumb twiddling there. Almost 2 years now, really. I mean, COVID times has just sort of ruined what any sense of time ever was for me. So turn one Ether Vial. That is a good start there.
And we're seeing a port of that island in the upkeep. Flooded fetch.
I feel like if I were Cosmic and had something I could play on too, I would definitely want to play it on too, right?
Yeah, I think.
Which that might be a little weakness in the hand there. But
I think if you're Cosmic, you can't. Yeah, you don't want to be porting unnecessarily in these first couple of turns. You want to be slamming down as much stuff as possible because it is going to be a race here, and just a race to whether or not Cosmic can deal enough damage quickly, or whether the board stalls under what Lava Man is trying to accomplish.
yeah, we saw the Terminus game 1 just having access to that everywhere, having Mystic Sanctuary to even set it up if necessary. So many ways to access that powerful card.
We are seeing another port of an island during upkeep again. But if you're Lava Man, are you keeping a hand with less than 4 lands in it? Because that's what you want. That you want to always have mana up.
Yeah, I mean, decks like this, have the luxury where they can keep a 2-lander with, 2 cantrips, a Force of Will, and a Codal or whatever, and just know they're going to see enough cards in the first few turns. But I definitely agree that the port against Snow is just playing into their game plan. But it could just be Cosmic doesn't have anything else going on, for sure.
Seeing
See a
Vial
Skyclave?
activation, Skyclave taking out that library, which
Yeah.
after the first game, we saw how good that library was for Lava Man. I think that that is going to be a big hit for them.
Yeah, definitely. Even though that was just, Miri's Guile the entire time it was out, that was still just such a good card in a deck like Lava Man's. Ooh, in a turn, Aether Vial.
Violin and a mom.
Not even a pump fake on that. Actually had it. See where they leave the vials here. 2 and 3 makes sense.
Crack in for 2 here. And we're seeing
Brainstorm.
yep, EOT Brainstorm.
We got that Flutter Strand up, so Cosmic has had just a lot of unspent mana this game, not counting spending it on Rashad and Port.
I suppose if you're not going to have a ton of early plays with your mana, this is what Taxes wants to be doing, right? Just
Oh, yikes.
and then we've got the Terminus.
Yep, and even getting to cycle I thought cycling the mana through the Astrolabe, but that's not the case. That was draw step. I mean, I'm not sure how Cosmic comes back from this.
Oh, we're seeing a violin of an opposition agent in response to the crack.
Okay, cute. I'm into it. Is it in response? Okay. I think doing
Double
signature and
fetch
double
in response.
Okay.
Lava Man said double fetch and how have we run into this with we've got these sort of at this point accepted shortcuts where you say I'm just going to fetch both of these right now, and we're getting Cosmic asking Lava Man, you put both on the stack, right? Which is what we're saying when we're taking those shortcuts. I'm gonna just fetch both of these.
Yeah, and I mean, cracking a fetch land, holding priority, cracking a fetch land is certainly a valid play one can make in Magic.
If nothing else, I think Commander Legends will have put a little bit more pause in when we're doing things.
A little more discipline for sure. Yeah, it almost never really punishes you. I've gotten punished occasionally if I crack 2 fetches and don't have enough mana to respond to something my opponent doesn't respond. I've definitely been got that way. Yeah, but Stifle would just hit 1 land. It didn't punish you for cracking 2 fetches in a row, I think.
Yeah, this was something I was thinking about the other day. I was playing against a 3 opposition agents in the main deck, and just I'll crack my fetch, I'll shuffle my library, I'll crack my fetch, I'll shuffle my library. I'll cast Green Sun's Zenith for 0, even though I have no 0 targets, to see if they have it.
Yeah.
They did. They always do. They always have it.
Yeah. I mean, I will sometimes actually say crack fetch, wait for a response, and I'll say I'll get forest while I'm in there. I'll crack this fetch too. So I mean, I do shortcut sometimes there too, but I don't know. It's a habit to not be in. I guess there's a swords for that agent. I want my lands.
Yeah, Prez BOTW in the chat has taught me 2 things. They always have it and never punished.
Yeah, that opponent luck is like that.
Yeah, I think beyond sadistic, aka MTG Paper Legacy in the chat, has also convinced me to take the never punished mindset quite a few times. Seen a crack in for 3.
No regrets.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've met you all, and there's some regrets infused into that, Prez and Corey.
Seeing EOT Vile the Recruiter here. Another opposition agent. Get it back. All right, cool. I mean, it's the way it lined up this game. I mean, it looks like it's been great to stifle Lava Man's mana development. I mean,
Yeah, like I was saying at the beginning of this third game here, I think if you're Lava Man, you just need that. You know, you need copious amounts of mana because at some point you have to be relying on hard casting forces.
Yeah. Oh, I think that a turn 15 opposition agent doesn't have the same impact that a turn 4 opposition agent has.
No. Even still, we're seeing the swords on the opposition agent.
Yeah, just keeping them out of here.
And did we see a
storm there?
Flicker Wisp in response to the swords?
Looks like it, yeah. And now Brainstorm resolves. Got a port there. Although with 2 Astrolabes out, you know.
Yeah, I think at this point it's less about targeting specific colors and more about just keeping the amount of mana down.
Yep. So we're gonna swing at the team here. Let's see if that's good enough. Lava Man can still have a dummy.
Cycling Shark Typhoon X = 1, it looks like.
Yeah. Got a swords for that Cosmic? I've referenced swords a whole lot because I just assumed it was there. I didn't actually verify it's in there. Yeah.
Cosmic has 4 swords in the main.
Have we seen actual 0 of them this entire time?
I think we saw 1 in game 1.
Okay. And Cosmic taking it down, taking the full 60 minutes to do it, but gets there at 2-1. So we are going to take another short break. We'll be right back. We have Frosty versus Pain Cow coming up next for y'all with what promises to be a little less meta mirror here, which will be fun to see.
All right, thanks everybody.